All right, let's go in and play some T5. We're in the touchdown tournament. We're in between qualifying and the opening round, so I'm going to go out to T5 and see if I can catch some of the Sunshine Glade holes. Otherwise, I'm going to play with a big topper. So if we get any of the Maple Bay holes, I'm going to play with my big topper and big dog. We will get at it. So I just posted a video about the grid, the overlay stuff. I'm going to tell you, man, you use one of those grids, that you can be dangerous. That thing was awesome. I don't think I can get over there with a big. I'm gonna do the hook up here since I've got a big topper. Normally, you would bring out a big ball and you would go right at the green, but with a 4-9 headwind, you can't get over there with a marlin. In this fairway area out here, where you have to hitting off of that little mound right there, blows. I don't know why they're putting on all that overpower. I think they had the shot without the overpower, didn't they? I guess not. And anywhere you get over there is a win. So as long as you're on the fairway up there, anywhere you get, I think it's a rough bump coming in, if I remember correctly. My secondary club in this is a big dog. Get as far up here as I can. My opponent brought out a marlin, so we'll get it done with a marlin. Okay, it's 5-5. It's 2.1 per ring, so there's 5. I'm going to do 2 3/4 if I have the room. Max curl. Just a stitch of overpower. Hitting it great on the inside, which puts me down further on that slope right there. Just trying to get myself over to the other side with the big topper. I like playing with my big topper. I liked it back in the days when we only had one bag. You had to commit to playing with a club. So like practicing with a club, like if you're going to practice with a quarterback, or you're going to practice with a big topper, you had to be willing to potentially sacrifice some stuff to just go out on holes and go, that's all I brought. But now you can switch bags up, which adds a whole new element. You could almost say it gives some players an unfair advantage because they have better clubs. Better clubs is the way to do it. If you've got lower developed clubs, your first goal is to max out those commons. You want to be excited every time you see common cards, and it doesn't matter which common cards you get. You just want to be excited about seeing them. If you're not moving up really fast and you're slow playing it, my T4 account, my 99 account, even though it's only got T4 clubs, they're starting to get to be pretty good clubs. I need to come out a little bit so I can make room for the wind. It's about the right distance. Where I really need to be is right there. Let's see how much of that wind I can get out. That's 2 rings. It's 1.9 per ring, so it's 2 rings and a sliver. And I'm about maybe a third of a ring into power. So I'm going to put a little bit of power back into it. And I hit it great to the left. About 70 rings. It was probably closer to 2, but it felt like 70. Dag nabbit. All right. Open the door for my opponent. See if they can get in there with a skewer. I'm not even sure what a skewer has as far as stats, or a dart. They're one of those clubs. I know a lot of people use them, though. I see them out there. And I think I really am I mean, if you watch my channel on a regular basis and you've got lower developed stuff, I am a huge Firefly fan. There's things that a Firefly is not really good at, but the things that I normally need my wedge for, it's great at. Oh, I got a little lag. Still got it in the cup. You can top spin a Firefly, so like especially when you first get it, and it's a T3 club or a T2 club. So when you get it really quick, and it has top spin really quick. I think it only has to be like level 2 or level 3 before it becomes a really usable club. Big Dog is not the best wood to have on this. I want to be 2 rings off any transitional surface, which is going to hurt me because I only have a freaking Marlin. Okay, so I'm going to have to put some curl on it. It's 2.1 per ring. So I'm going to say I'm going to do a 3-ring pull, and that's going to put me 3 rings into power. Hitting it perfect. At least I caught that one perfect. Let's see if I got the power right. No. I'm not sure if I could count how many different ways I messed that shot up. I don't normally come. There are some holes that you bring out a Big Dog, and when you get to the par 3s, there are some of them that you just have to deal with. I could have got into my Saturn. That would have been the way to go. I couldn't have been that far away. Let's see if they can get it in the cup. Let's see if they can get it better than that. And it shouldn't take much to get it better than that. That looks pretty good. It's got good speed. Right at the cup. Ooh, just missed it on the outside. That was a great shot. Nice shot, dude. Nice shot. Good job. Crowd goes wild. Good game. Let's see if they'll replay us. Come on, dude. Come on, man. We just hugged. We just bumped fists and stuff. There you go. Good job. All right. We don't have to go back to the screen. We can get some replay action going on here. I can get my money back. Oh, this guy's going to really be pissed if he goes first, because I'm bringing out whatever it takes, whatever we're practicing with. That's what I'm bringing out, or whatever we're playing in the tournament with. And I am playing this with a Power 5 ball. I can deal with that wind. We're practicing these holes. I want to be 2 rings off of any transitional surface, and I'm right at the red line. I'm going to put a 2.5 topspin on it. 6, 7, 2, 4, 6. That's 7. Isn't it perfect? Let's see if I got that topspin right. I couldn't see it, and I got it short, I think. I got caught up. I was pushing up against a little bit of headwind there. I need to put a little bit more overpower on it from where I was at, and a little bit more topspin. I'm still dinking around with that topspin in the tournament, and I think I had like 4 on. What I need to do is set my topspin up when I'm only like a ring off, because the line's going straight over there and I can get my topspin right. And then put in the 1 ring extra that I want down there, and then max curl. Because you can make it without putting any curl on if you set it up where you're one ring off the transitional surface. And you won't have to use any curl or very little curl. But if you move it over a little bit, you need to put that curl on there to bring it back. And I really do like having, because if you, the epic fail on the right there is that the problem there is if you hit a grate to the left, you may hit the tree or you may end up in the rough and you're taking another shot. But if you epic fail to the right, you're in the drink. And if you're in the drink, you're out of commission. And it's 1-8. Got a shot of making this. I'm going to try and give myself a grate to the right. And hit a grate to the right. I don't think that's going to go in. I think it's going to miss. That was like a 2-ring grate. That's not going to work. I'm still working on that hole. I've hit that hole with a power 4 ball, but we had a tailwind and I didn't have to do any overpower down there, and I could get a better look at it. I wasn't as far up in the hole. I wasn't all the way to the red line. I think it might be easier with that power 5 if I pull back a little bit and give myself a little bit more room, because up close like that, it wants to go to the left. It's too bad I'm on the green. I could pan back there and look at that area. I've had good luck on this hole. I had a lot of good luck on this hole when we were able to use that island. But I'm not sure if that island's back in there. I should actually, next time I'm here, hit to that island and see if they put that shot back in the game, because the last tournament, they took that shot out. They did something down there that was wrong, or if it was wrong, it was only wrong on that day. But me and a buddy of mine went out there. One of my clanmates, Dez, went out there, and we both put 3 balls in the drink before he finally got over. And it took me 4 times before I could get over. It was not good. And it was a bunch of perfect shots, hitting the right spot with a big topper, and ended up in the drink. That was the end of that shot. You cannot afford that for that to happen. I'm doing a rough on this. This is hole number 8, and I've made 2 hole-in-ones on this so far this week. Let's see if my opponent can get in with a big dog. They're going to do the bounce over. I think a couple tournaments ago, I demoed the bounce over. I really don't like doing those types of shots where you're putting the rough, you're putting the water, you're putting the sand, you're putting the rough, you're putting all that stuff into play. I think it's better to either do the rough up or go right at it with a backspin club. Especially if you're having any problems at all on this hole. You can bring out a level 1 Guardian and go right at it. In my lower level account, my Viper doesn't have quite enough topspin, so I had to use a Horizon. And you're at minimum club. I think I was hitting my Horizon like 4.2 per ring. Where I can see it a little bit. Dial it up to the cup. Okay, it's 1.7. We're at minimum club, so that's 1.3 per ring. That leaves me 4. I'm going to do a 20% overpull, so I'm going to do a ring and a half. That puts me right on the edge of the rough. So the wind's blowing. The wind's going to blow me back into the rough. Hit it great to the right. Arrgh. That is great to the right there. That is minimum club with a 20% wind adjustment based on the paper math. And on my that was perfect. other than the fact that it was not perfect. Good game. Oh, shut my mouth. I hate missing those ones like that. And it's all about that perfect. If you're on perfect timing, that's really the whole deal about the percentage stuff is you want to have, if you've got perfect timing, what kills me in tournaments is not when you take a shot and you hit it great to the left or the right and it doesn't go in the cup. It's not going to go in the cup if you hit it great to the left or the right. What kills me is when you hit it perfect and it doesn't go in the cup. Those are the shots that are the heartbreakers. Those are the shots that you want to count that you have in the bag. All right. We got here. I'd like to get farther up there. I'm not sure if you can get all the way over. I think my teammates are hitting way up there with a long iron, using a grizzly and doing the rough bump. So, and they must be getting over. I'm going to try a power 5 ball and see if I can get over there, see what it looks like over there. You may just be doing the bounce over with the power 5. We shall see. Power 5, and if it's a power 5 ball and you can't get all the way over, it would actually be better to bring a big topper. Unless you have the secret weapon. Let's see what we can get out here. I haven't explored too much about what it takes to get far out there. So I have a power 5 ball coming in. Let's see where we're at here. No overpower. Just max top spin. I think if you put any overpower at all on that, you're going in the drink. And I'm going to take the wind out, or at least the side wind out. That's a half a ring. I'm going to put a little bit of curl just to bring it back to the fairway, and I'm going to put a little bit of overpower on it. Hit one ring great to the right. See if that curl is too much. Yep. That's where a curl line would come in really handy. The deal is if you had a curl line down there, once you found the spot, you could go into your line and put a tick there. So when you take that shot again, you have a marker just for that shot. And you wonder why Playdemic doesn't want us to use overlays. I get it. I totally get it. I am in a big trouble. And I burned a power 5 ball to get into big trouble. But I still got a shot. Right, I'm at max club, so it's 2 per ring. I want to pull back just a little bit and give myself a little bit of room to work out the wind. I'm going to try and dial that right up to the cup. A little low. And dial out the wind. It's 2 per ring, so that's about a half a ring. And I'm going to take out just a little bit more because it's headwind. Not much more, just a little. And I hit it one ring great to the right. Arrgh. That is one ring great to the right. It would have been a little short. I left it a little short because that Nirvana, the ball guide, it doesn't have like the 4-point something ball guide. So you can't walk. Sometimes you can't walk it all the way up to the cup. It'll run out a little fast. That's why I left it a little short. But the ball guide was actually reading true. That's good info right there. Getting back in the game. You need to know the numbers for your rough iron. That's the deal. I don't even think the apps, I'm not sure what the apps do as far as I'm not sure how they gauge rough irons, but you need to have some kind of game plan when you go in there with your rough iron. And each one of them is going to play a little different on that based on its accuracy. But if you're playing if you're trying to get to you're doing the Machete Nirvana route, Razor's a great club. There's a lot of good stuff on it. When it gets maxed out, it's just as good as a Nirvana. It's right there. The Nirvana is just slightly better, but they're both in the same ballpark. The one that's off the charts when it gets maxed out is the Off-Roader. I think the Off-Roader I think it becomes the club when it gets maxed. I know it's the only one of the sand wedges, or excuse me, rough irons that I'm still putting points into. I'm going to try and get my Nirvana to level 8. When it gets to level 8, then I'll start putting points into the Off-Roader and it alone, unless I get caught on one of those days where I have to pick something. All right, my opponent is 24.15. So I will tell you, if you're playing one-on-one, what you do is you go up here and you hit right here into the sand and call it a day. But I'm going to go for the rough bump because I'm practicing rough bumps. Let's see, can I even get the rough? Man, I can't even hardly get the rough. And do I have enough backspin? Hell no. So I'm going to have to get the rough. That's what I want right there. It's 5.2. It's 1.9 per ring, so the 2, 4, 5. It's a little over 2.5 rings, and I'm about 3/4 of a ring into power, and I'm running out of time. I ran out of time. Look at how that goes. Oh my gosh. What kind of day is that? Good game. Let's see if they'll rematch. Let's see if they want to take advantage of me. Come on, dude. I just timed out and gave you a win. You don't want a rematch? All right, I got 2 more. We'll see if we can get something going. A good shot. I'm trying to recover from having that grid on. I spent all day Saturday going through different programs that I could do that with. And then I spent half a Sunday writing up different grid and looking at video and then going back and adjusting it and setting it up for the game. Still trying to get used to it. But I will tell you that it will definitely improve your game if you're using it. It'll definitely change the game. Let's see what my opponent's going to do here. Max curl. And they didn't take the wind out. So they were 5 rings off. They did the wind and went right down in the pocket. And that is the shot. I will switch to a Marlin. I never really liked playing with white balls. I don't need, I need to switch bags to a QB. I don't need all of the top spin. Three rings off. Take the wind out. It's 5.5 per ring, or it's 1 per ring, so that's 5.5 rings. Hey, get on there. There's 5.5. Max curl. You hit great on the inside. 1 ring. I left it 3 rings off right there, so I've got plenty of room. You lose about a half a ring to the curl. And so you want to leave yourself plenty of room. That's why sometimes on those max curl shots, I'm in an area where I can't quite give myself 3 rings. There's not enough room on the left to give myself 3 rings and still have a great to the left. So I'll cheat and I'll do 2.5. But I try, when you're in those spots where you have to do that, then you just have to do that sometimes. But when you're in a spot where you have the room to give yourself 3, it's always best to give yourself 3. And I'm going to go straight up at it. I'm going to do the bounce over because I'm not far enough up to do the rough bump. And even if I was, I don't have a club that'll do the rough bump. It hits a little long. I don't have super superior ball guide here. My max club, it's 6. It's 1.2 per ring, so a full set 6. And I'm going to do a 10% pull, so that's maybe 5, 6 in the overpower. Hit it 1 ring great to the left, or excuse me, right. Maybe 2. Somewhere in that neighborhood. The Guardian is not normally the club I bring on this hole. Normally I don't have a Guardian in that bag. Normally that's my accurate bag. So when I get to the hole, I've got a sniper, and a sniper's got topspin. So when you get into that spot, you can give yourself plenty of room and not have to use overpower. But with the Guardian, sometimes the Guardian hurts you when you're out on the course, because shots like that, you have to do different things to get into the cup or get up to the cup. But once you get to the shootout, though, that Guardian is the club to have. Because there's not very many shootouts out there that you'll go wrong having a Guardian in your bag. There's a few, but not many. There's a few that in tournaments you may bring a different club, but typically you won't be playing with the same ball that you're playing that hole with in a tournament. This hole right here would be better. Case in point, this hole would be better with a club that's got some topspin. I'm not sure my opponent's in their Goliath. I'm not sure where they're at in their Goliath, so I may be in long iron range, but I think I'm in wood. I'm going to do a rough bump right up here. I think that definitely the best way to get a hole-in-one on this hole is the rough bump. It looks pretty flat up there, but it seems like I was doing some kind of an adjustment. I'll hit it straight at it. We'll see where it ends up. If we catch this hole again, then I'll know. So I'm in my long iron. Excellent. I'd much rather be on my Saturn. I'm going to dial her up right up to the cup. We're at max club, so it's 1.9 per ring, so it's just a sliver over a ring. I'm not going to do any special extra adjustment. I'm just going to make an adjustment. And I hit it great to the right. I am on a great to the right trip today. And it was just a tit short, so the ball guy was lying just a little. Close. Good game. Good game. Let's see if they'll replay. I think I had one more left in my pin chest. Let's see if they'll replay. Come on. Come on, dude. Oh, come on, man. Now we both have to go all the way back to the home screen. Come on. I got one slot open and I got one slot on my chest. So let's get this done. Let's win one and fill that slot. All right, get some. Beast mode. The Beast Mode clan. Let's check him out. Check out these clans. I wish they did more stuff with the clan. The clan thing in the game is the most disappointing. Everybody's saying that I should use a rock on this. And they're doing a rough bump. I think they're using a tight, maybe a Kingmaker. Let's see where I'm at in my club. I got plenty of club right there. Doing that little rough bump. Three, 4. Should have checked where I was at in my club. I got to be towards max. So 3.1. I'm going to run out of time. I'm going to have to snap it off and hit great to the right. See, I am on a great to the right trip. And a little short. Definitely great to the right. And a little short. That's the shot they're taking to try and get the hole-in-one. I think you can still do the same shot, and it's safer if you come at it out here. But if you're really trying to go for the hole-in-one, the rough bump is definitely looking like it's got less movement on it. So you don't have to put any curl on it. That word, the curl word. If you're using a grid, you got that covered like a Jimmy hat. Pull up on it. If you've never listened to it before, it's definitely worth listening to. Is the Ebonics commercial from the Delta Ebonics little parody. See if my opponent can get in the hole. No, they're caught up in the rough. You want to hit to that first cut of the rough, that's for sure. If you're playing from pro, it's a little bit harder to get to the first cut of the rough. So you may have to put a little bit of topspin on it to pop it out. But it's not much. It's like 1, maybe 2 topspin max. I don't think it's much more than that. I catch this hole in one-on-one, but I don't bring out a big enough ball in order to do the rough bump. I do the shot from the other side with my QB, and even with my QB, my level 7 QB, in my 99 account, you can still get over there. And with that account, I end up off the green right here all the time. I mean, that's pretty much the spot. It's hard to get to the green without bringing out a bigger ball. If I bring out a bigger ball, I can get on the green and get close to the cup. But with a Marlin, I can't. So I just take my lumps and I shoot it over to that spot, and then I bring out my Firefly and take it home. All right, we were winner, chicken dinner. Look at that. I'm beating the master. Good game. Let's see if they'll rematch. See if you guys can get some bonus content. I don't have any slots empty. Just trying to be a good competitor here. All right, let's go get that pin chest and see what we got in it. There's probably another one behind it. 26 gems. That's big right there. That's a chest. Some backbones. Some Goliaths. Adding to the mix. Some snipers. And a Kingfisher was my epic for the day. All right, there you have it. What do we get out of that? We got 33 minutes. Hey, that wasn't that bad. All right, thanks for watching, and hopefully everybody's gonna have a great tournament. I'm gonna shoot some stuff. I was gone all day today. I'm gonna shoot some stuff tomorrow. I'll shoot some gameplay, and hopefully we can catch some of the Southern Pine holes, or not Southern Pines, but Sunshine Glade holes, and see if we can do a little bit better than I did today on them. And go from there. Thanks for watching.